Hi guys, N7ECV and Doomsday Radio here. Hey, thanks for joining me here at the channel and hanging out while I'm checking the bands here. I just wanted to cover a couple notes here while we've got a little bit of time and maybe express some reasonings and ideas behind changing the channel and whatnot. So the channel's obviously changed from QRP Live to Doomsday Radio, and that's just for me to express some of my topic matters and subject matter and have fun and not be just pressed down to QRP only as a subject matter in amateur radio. I enjoy radio too much to just even be 5-10 watts or less, but which has been a lot of my contacts anyway. But anyhow, Doomsday Radio covers a topic matter that's kind of open to interpretation and invites other people to come chat more, and that's kind of what I was going for with the change here. Which brings me to some emails and questions brought up about in my QRP still. Well, entirely, yeah, I still am. My station is a contest-winning station, QRP. QRP portable as much as I possibly can be allowed to, and enjoy digital modes. If you've worked me FT8, Vara AC, PSK31, RIDI, any mode like that, digital modes, I'm QRP 10 watts or less all the time, so it's fun for me. Which brings me to the video here. This is how I check the bands every day. This is when I jump behind the radio. The first 15 minutes I spend behind the radio, especially with today's tools that are presented to us. This is what I'm doing. I'm transmitting a digital signal. I'll give it a couple times, and I'll look at my spot reports of me, and I can do the opposite, right? I can flip it to where I can see who I'm hearing and in a visual depiction there on the map. So being QRP is nothing that I gave up. You'll see here I'm transmitting 10 watts, and I started at 10 meter at 7 p.m. local time here on the 1st of November, 2022. And it pays off, as you'll notice here. Each band I'm starting on 10 meter and working up again 10 watts. I did get a new amp in the shack. I got a couple new amps, to be honest with you, and that's not why I changed the name. I've been 100 watts for a while, but I got the amplifier. I'm net control for a few popular nets, and kind of depended on for communication that way. So we got a couple nets popped in, and or a couple amplifiers popped into the shack here. The AL811 is the workhorse for the net control and other things that I'm doing for the most part, and I'm having fun with that. And I got a Commander 2500. I can't wait to share that with the group someday. And that's the point of cutting the QRP off of the channel, not out of my life. Cutting the QRP off the channel is now I can communicate with people. I can chat. I can make new friends a little bit more, not just one group, and I can continue to be the ham that I am, right? And you can see there on the map of my live spots from the ham clock, we've gone 10 meter, 12 meter, 15 meter. We're moving up, and how spots are starting this evening. They're all straight into Japan right there. It's whoa. CW should be hot right now, or even FT8 on some regards. That's pretty cool. 10 meter, I think, is going to update and actually go down south, not across the pond there. But anyway, with the amplifier, I can talk to other hams, and that's where the Talkin' Shack came from. And those episodes are fun for me. I enjoy talking to people, and really, if you spend the 15 minutes or so listening to them, they're the same 5 questions for each ham, and every ham gives a relatively different answer, even if they say the same thing. It could be under a completely different emotion and stuff. It blows my mind how much kind of comes out of that when I get to talk to people. I met, just today alone, I talked to an OM 61 years old, and it took us a little bit to get across, and the moment we were able to make connection, boy, the communication was amazing between him and I. It was a pleasure to be able to chat with him. And then turn right around and talk to 2 new hams. One just got licensed in May, who just had a really cool story since he's been a ham, right? You get to listen to how it's been for him. And then I got to listen to Jonathan there. I posted his video about the future of ham radio. He's only been licensed 3 weeks, and boy, oh boy, is digital radio going to be just a huge fun punch. I think digital radio is going to help narrow the bandwidth as they get a little more busy when conditions come around. And we're going to be able to attract the youth with it. If you watch that video or even the short of the waterfall little pictures, granted we've done some stuff before, but I think that was like 1.5 on the bandwidth. It was very narrow, and it just a quick digital transmission. He actually did it on the upper sideband while we were or on lower sideband while we were talking upper sideband, so I could see it there on the scope. Very cool, and I think we'll introduce texting and other different things. Anyhow, this is how I check the bands. I roll through. You can see the mapping there. Actually got a response when I finally made it to 75 meter. Boy, I sure appreciate it. It was about 200 miles away, but that brings me to my ending topic here. You'll notice over 200 stations spotted me through across the bands, and boy, that's at 10 watts. So 10 watts works. What doesn't work is having nobody on the other side to answer your sideband. Look at all those spots live in 15 minutes across the bands. A few more actually pop up for 75 there. But to have all those spots and then to go out and actually be on sideband calling CQ or even CW calling CQ and nobody answer you. There's too many stations in the dark just out there listening, and a lot of people just calling CQ. It's almost needs to be split in half so we can all get back to having conversations. In my mind, anyway. That's 15 minutes in the shack and how I check bands around here. Keep with me if you like these episodes. You can send me an email, and we'll get you on one. Talking shack and whatnot. This N7 ECV with Doomsday Radio. Hey, our nets are Mondays and Thursdays, 0500. Look for the scraper to find out where. Have a good night.